Hey everyone, we are really excited to be here with Mark from HoneyGrid. HoneyGrid is one of our new partners in the Dentist Advisors Partner Program. We are thrilled to have Mark and HoneyGrid because this is a new business and model that all of our dental practices are thinking about, but how to actually utilize their services and this product. Mark is going to share with us how HoneyGrid can help as we gain new patients and business in our practices and integrate it into our business. And Mark, I am going to turn the time over to you to share a little bit about HoneyGrid.
Cool. Great. Well, maybe I'll just give you a little bit of background on me, on HoneyGrid, where I come from. We are a newer company. We've been around about a year and a half, 2 years now. But my background and my co-founder's background, my brother, we're both been in local business marketing for a long time, and specifically in dental. So I've got about 10 years of experience in the dental industry, just generating new patients and leads through both online and direct mail in growing practices that way. And I'm big into data. I'm big into systems and helping people get the most out of their dollar. I think the thing that's resonated with me most out of as I've gone through my career in marketing, it's all been about marketing technology and data. And is it working? Are we reaching our goals in the practice? Is that as soon as you get people involved in the marketing process, a portion of your budget, your marketing budget, is going to pay those people. And the reality is, the more that you pay people, that's not typically going to produce growth in your practice. That could be for all sorts of things. Could be for content. Some people have beautiful videos, beautiful websites, but without the right traffic, those websites, that content is like a tree that falls in the woods with nobody around. It doesn't matter if it makes a sound. You need traffic, you need eyeballs on your business to grow it. It could be SEO, it could be website hosting, it could be consultants that you're paying. Every dollar that you pay for services does not go towards. And really, that's the secret to growing businesses. I think what we've really tried to do is distill the marketing thinking down to simple levers without removing the strategic thinking, right? We want to work collaboratively with practices to come up with a formula for getting general dentistry patient growth, getting specific cases, whether it be implants or other specialty cases. We have programs that highlight each one of those and can help a practice find lots of different channels for growth. But it's all on the foundation of getting people to see your ads.
Mhm.
Now, what I've seen a lot over the industry is we did a study recently that was really interesting, looking at a lot of practices, over 100 practices that have been paying consistently for SEO services, right? And everybody knows the sales pitch. You're going to rank number one. You're going to get all this traffic. You're going to get all these patients. It's going to be great. But the reality of the SEO game is that it was over a long time ago with clear winners, and is very much a winner take all game. So whoever's ranked number one, there's not a ton you can do to control that at this point. It really does not yield a very good return. But that's another example where people get caught paying somebody to do something rather than making sure that the bulk of their budget goes towards ads, right? Ads. And ads are what work. So I've had a lot of experience in direct mail. I can tell you it consistently will produce patients for most practices at a positive ROI. Google ads, and that's kind of we took everything we learned in direct mail and baked it into HoneyGrid with digital ads, right? So there's been so much change in marketing and technology, and that's really kind of like the hallmark of the last 10 years. Everybody knows that marketing is changing. What's the angle? Well, the latest and greatest is it's all based on data and it's all driven by AI. And you see this from the big ad players, from Google ads, from Facebook ads. It's all driven by AI. What are your placements? Who are the people who are the most qualified? Now, make no mistake, Google and Facebook are not your friend. What they're really trying to do with all of their AI and performance max is maximize your ad spend. And that's where you have to be careful, because there are real winners and losers in these ad auctions. And so at HoneyGrid, what we're trying to do is say, hey, every practice, based on your goals, let's do the strategic thinking together. How do we do that? Where are you at as a practice now? What's your annual collections? Where do you want to be? There's a pretty simple formula. And you know, this is why we like working with dentist advisors, because people think like this. They're thinking in terms of their financial statements. They're educated about it. They say, okay, yeah, I should be allocating a certain percentage of my budget to marketing, right? So we help with that strategic thinking, how much? And then HoneyGrid's pricing, I think this is one of our biggest innovations, is that we've capped our pricing at 20% of your ad spend, which is more competitive than most of the people, the other options that you find in the industry, whether it's direct mail, Google, or Facebook ads. Most of the time, it's going to be at least 30% and on up from there. If you're, in some cases, the worst I've seen, all of the budget is going towards paying people to do things that are not spend money on ads, right? So we cap our pricing at 20%, and you can split it across the channels any way that you want, right? So if your area responds really well to direct mail, we can test that out at budgets that are affordable, and we track all of the results, and if that works in your area. We can try that out with Google, and it makes it easier as a business owner. You're working on patients every single day. Okay, we've now simplified the strategic thinking down to what percentage of my annual budget do I want to allocate to marketing, and how do I want to break that down by channel? And as long as all of the data is tied in to say, this is the leads, this is the cost per lead by channel, this is the cost per acquisition by channel, you can adjust those levers in your area, but then in a lot of times get to a very close to like a set it and forget it mentality, where it's like, I know how much I'm spending. I know that it's working. We've used the data to optimize the spend, and you can see consistent growth. And instead of seeing your budget go out the door to your agency's bottom line, you see it go towards technology that empowers you as a practice owner to hit your growth goals, to input your strategic thinking while also incorporating the best practices. So our system is based on connecting those data sources, leveraging Google's AI, and then I haven't really talked about like our real secret sauce is the HoneyGrid. It's really cool to see your data on the map and say, where am I drawing patients from? And think about like, okay, where are my competitors? Where are the highways? Where are the rivers? Where are the people thinking I'm the most convenient option? And focus your ad budget there. So HoneyGrid is really about excluding any irrelevant traffic, allocating the majority of your budget to the channels that work, and monitoring the results without having to get down to that level where you're really feeling like you're DIY. And everybody knows what that's like. When you're first starting up a practice, a lot of times you're putting in your own time. How do I manage my Google ads? How do I grow my practice? You're doing the grassroots things like the events, the youth sports, whatever it is, like you're getting involved in your community and trying to grow your business. But it takes a lot of time. People who have done that know, like it takes a lot of time and effort. So as you're looking to move towards, not having to spend as much of your DIY time on it, we're a perfect option to say only that 20% is the max that you'll ever pay us. You have access to all these channels with all the technology. So it's working well for a lot of customers. We're really excited about the results that we're seeing. Some cases they're like 2 or 3 times better performance than we've seen in the past. And being able to bring all those channels into one, it's working really well.
So cool, man. Just to hear you talk about it, and it just leads us up to wanting to hear more specifically about the secret sauce, the HoneyGrid, and how it works. It's so interesting to hear how you can fine tune where you're spending your marketing dollar. Like everybody wants to know that, because so much money is spent on marketing and you have no idea if it's doing good or not. And it's such a cool model that you have built. So Mark, we're thrilled to have you, and everyone stay tuned and watch more on everything that we'll be doing on our webinar series with Mark, our Facebook Go Lives with Mark, so much more to come. And Mark, we appreciate you joining us and sharing a little bit.
Yeah, so we do have a special offer for everybody at Dentist Advisors. You get to see the HoneyGrid for your practice for free. And I haven't shared any visuals here today, but seeing your data in the HoneyGrid will change the way that you think about your marketing in your practice. And that's 100% free, no commitment. Just schedule a time, hop on with me. I'll explain how it works and the data we need. We get it from your practice manager or from you, whoever is easier to get it from, and you can see it for free. And from there, you decide what the strategy is and how to move forward. No commitment. You should at least take a look. I think everybody would benefit from that.
So cool. Thanks, Mark. We appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you.